All right, hello everybody. Happy
Good afternoon.
Thursday.
You bet.
Good afternoon.
Nice.
Mhm.
It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day, depending where you are.
Yep.
All right, Dream Team. Let's get right into it. Please make sure you have a clear space to exercise in, nothing to step on or trip over. Make sure you have a sturdy chair. Okay, especially nothing with wheels. It's helpful to be in sturdy shoes or bare feet. Help prevent any slipping or catching of your footwear. If you've got an oximeter, that can be quite helpful to have close by, just to check your heart rate and oxygen in terms of how hard you're working, and then for your recovery. Okay, and then we're going to get right into our breathing pattern. Actually, today you will need some sort of a weight. And if you've got a stretchy band as well, that will be helpful. So just make sure those two things are close by. And then we're going to breathe in, fill up the belly. Breathe out through pursed lips. Ready, breathe in, fill up the belly. Breathe out through pursed lips. Breathe in, fill up the belly. Breathe out through pursed lips. Breathe in, fill up the belly. Breathe out through pursed lips. Okay, continue that breathing pattern as best you can. And we're going to just start gradually adding in some movement. So we can start making figure eights. Draw them out with your hands. Again, we are still maintaining our breathing pattern. So continue to inhale, fill up your belly, and then breathe out through pursed lips.
Jill, can I ask a question?
You sure can.
When you're doing the breathing, should you have your glutes tight too, or can you, what's the,
No, that's fine. It's just important to get into your breathing pattern, because that's what we
Okay.
want to try to maintain throughout.
okay,
Little things like now that we're starting some movement, to help prevent some kind of rocking, you can start thinking about the glutes tightening
Okay.
up. Not maximally. You don't want to be contracting them as hard as you can, but you can definitely think about them engaging to help you with the movement now.
Okay.
That's great. Good question. Let's see if we
Jill?
can reverse the direction of the figure eights. And then we had another question.
Oh yeah, Jill, when you say squeeze your glutes or whatever, that means, am I just squeezing like my bum? Is that what I'm trying to do?
That's right. Your glutes are your bum muscles.
Okay, thanks.
So we talk about trying to, when we're trying to contract them or squeeze them tightly, we talk about pretending to crush a walnut between your bum cheeks.
Right.
It's always a good cue.
I know
But
I can never feel it.
yeah, that's right. For these kinds of movements, if you just want to lightly activate them, you don't necessarily want to be squeezing them as hard as you can, because we'll still want them to have some energy for other exercises. All right, we're going to start circling now rather than figure eights. Jazz hands. And then your feet are going to start moving. So what we're going to do as we circle is, can you step across and back, across and back? So 1 foot stepping across your body at a time. Again, across the body is up for interpretation. If you want to just put it as close to your midline as you can, brilliant. If you want to cross all the way over, brilliant as well. Okay. Most important thing is
dyslexics when it comes to this stuff.
yes, this is where it gets challenging, and that's okay. That's okay. The coordination is good. Just do the best that you can. It's just good for us to challenge ourselves. You can change direction of the circles that your hands are making.
Well, I just messed everything up.
It sure did. It sure did. Now wait for this one. Ready? Instead of stepping in front of your foot, I'd like you to step behind. So try to step in behind your foot. You can have your feet a little further in front of you if you like, but see if you can step that foot in behind the other. This makes it a little more challenging.
I feel that.
Yes, bit of a different movement. Now we're struggling hard to focus on our coordination. Let's also remember our breathing pattern. Let's not lose that. Great job, team. Good. So maintain that breathing. Three, two, one. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just pull up our foot as if we're just trying to touch our shin, the top of our shin with our heel. Okay, notice the knee rotates out slightly. So let's get right into that step pattern. And then our arms are going to do something fun as well. Ready? Okay, now we're going to touch, touch, behind the head, behind the head. So reach and touch your leg, reach and touch your leg. Get your hands up behind the head, and then again. So reach one, reach two, behind the head one, behind the head two. Reach one, reach two, behind the head one, behind the head two. There we go. Oh boy, it gets more and more fun. Great job, team. Well done, team. Three, two, one, and rest. Nice work. Okay. Now our feet are going to step in a V pattern. So you step away from your body and then bring it back. Then the other foot steps away. And we try to step out on that diagonal. Okay, so it's kind of out and in front. Good. Good. So stepping one foot at a time. Try to get it up and out on that diagonal. Maintain your breathing pattern. Okay, and here's where things get tricky. As one foot steps out and forward, your other hand goes behind. So behind as you step. Behind as you step. There we go. So behind as you step forward. Maintain your breathing pattern. Nice work. Step and reach behind you. 3, 2, 1, rest. Good. Okay, next pattern. This time, your foot is going to kick out in front. Your other hand is going to reach across. So kick and reach, kick and reach, kick and reach. So this is one where I encourage you to think about, as one foot kicks, your non-moving leg should push down into the ground. There we go. Awesome. So kick and reach across, kick and reach across. Great job, team. Well done. Keep up your breathing. Three, 2, 1, and rest. This might be a good point to catch your breath. Maybe get into that recovery position where we're bent forward, hands or forearms on the tops of your thighs. Just make sure we keep the chest up. If we round here, then we're actually compressing the chest, so we can't get as deep of a breath in. So you really want to make sure got a straight back here. Okay. Hold this position as long as you feel is good for you. Maybe you need a bit more time to recover your breathing. That's fine. What we're going to do next is lift up a knee and reach up our opposite arm, and then down and switch. And again, one leg is moving, the other leg should push down into the ground. Good. So push down, reach up. Push down, reach up. Keep up that breathing pattern, everybody. Continue breathing out through pursed lips. Great job. 3, 2, 1. Once again, grab a little bit of a rest here. Great job, everybody. So maintain your breathing pattern. Excellent. How's everyone feeling so far? Warm?
Good.
See some so-sos. Is anyone struggling with the pollen right now?
Mm,
Couple of you? Yeah, for sure. Did a talk with one of my other pulmonary groups. We had some strategies to counteract some of the pollen. So little things like changing your clothes when you come in from being outside, especially if you're gardening, or if it's really windy and you're in a high pollen area. Just changing your clothes can get some of those pollen allergens off of you. Using a saline nasal spray or a neti pot, if you know how to use one properly. especially in the evenings, so you clear out your sinuses of allergens before you go to sleep. Making sure you're showering, even if it's you just come in from outside, quick little shower to kind of flush it off your body. Little things like that. Even wearing a mask if you've got to be in the garden, just help keep some of that allergens out of your lungs. Okay, we're going to do a little steady state here. So what I would like to see is a step 2 and then forward 2. So bring it back 2, forward 2, back 2, forward 2. And then we're just swinging our arms. If you are standing, you can get a little bit of more of a knee lift, right? So try to make this a bit challenging for yourselves. You can do things like I said, lifting up your foot higher up to take a step and swing your arms more vigorously. And we're just going to go for a minute. Keep up your breathing, team. You're almost there. This is a helpful exercise to tighten your glutes up a little bit or your core. That'll help keep you a bit more stable. It'll feel like you can move a little bit easier. Three, 2, 1. Rest. This would be a great time for a sip of water. Excellent job, team. Okay, we did a little bit of cardio there at the start. Now, keeping in mind, feel like quite a few of you are struggling with your breathing a little bit more this week. Rather than going hard at the cardio, what we're going to do is we're going to slow down the pace. And we're going to be very deliberate with our strength exercises. So we're going to go a bit slower. We're going to really time it to our breathing. It's all about control. So we'll get a little bit more of a muscle workout today and allow the lungs to not have to work super hard when a lot of your lungs are already a bit flared up or irritated. Okay. So we're going to start with a sit to stand. You're welcome to use your weight or not. But the type of sit to stand we're going to do today is our sumo sit to stand. So I'm going to ask to get your knees and feet out wide. You can have your arms wherever you'd like, but we're just going to really slow push through our feet to stand up. You're welcome to hold a weight. And then we're going down to 3 with control. So try to time it to your breathing. Can we stand up on our exhale? And then breathe in as we go to sit, if you can, right? So slow and steady. Breathe out and stand. Breathe in to reset if you can. Good control on the way down there. Remember, if you're staying seated, that's okay too. Just push your feet into the ground. There we go. And remember, you can have your hands wherever is most comfortable for you. My default is usually just hands together at my midline. And that's just what's comfortable for me, but you certainly don't have to copy me. So again, really push through your feet. Feel those leg muscles tighten. And down with control. Good. And push through your feet. Down with control. Push through your feet. And down with control. Good job, team. And this is our last one. Down, 2, 3. And then rest. You can bring your feet back in towards you. Good. Okay, now we need your stretchy band. If you don't have a stretchy band, just hold on to a weight. The positioning and movement is going to be the same. We're just going to put the band underneath our feet. And we're going to do a row. And a row is just pulling our hands towards us and then slowly relaxing the band, straightening our arms again. If you're using a weight, I just encourage you to lean forward a little bit more, and you can just do one arm at a time and switch, or you can hold on to the one weight with both hands, have it just between the knees and pull to your chest. Okay, so there is an option there if you do not have a stretchy band, or if you just really prefer using a weight. Okay, all right, team, let's pull the band towards us. And then 3, 2, 1 to relax the arms. Exhale and pull. Back, 2, 3. Exhale and pull. Back, 2, 3. Exhale, 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 pull. Got 2 more. Back, 2, 3. Exhale, pull. Back, 2, 3. And exhale, pull. Back, 2, 3. Rest there, team. Carefully take the band out from underneath your feet. You can put the band to the side. All right. So now I'm going to get you to sit back at the very back of your chair. We're going to line up our feet with your chair legs. And all you're going to do is pull your feet back against your chair legs and hold. So it's pulling your feet back against your chair legs. You should feel your hamstrings. That's the underside of your thighs kick in. We'll hold it for 3 seconds and then we'll relax. Okay. If having your foot that far underneath you is not comfortable for you, especially if you've ever had or currently have a Baker's cyst, you're welcome to put a book or your weight in front of your chair leg so you're pushing back against the object, which will have your foot, your knee less bent. Does that make sense to everybody? Yeah? Okay, perfect. All right, we're going to do 10 of these. Ready? Pull your heels back against your chair legs. We are holding 2, 3, and rest. And pull. Remember, the harder you pull your feet back against the chair legs, the harder your muscles are going to work. So it really is up to you. and rest. If you find yourself sliding forward, just make sure you lean forward as you pull back, and that'll really help with that. 3, rest, and pull. Pull, 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 hold. 1, 2, 3, rest, and pull. Pull your feet back against your chair legs. 1, 2, 3, and rest. Okay, and pull. Hold. 1, 2, 3, rest, 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 and once more, pull. 1, 2, 3, and rest. Can shake out the legs. Nobody cramped, it sounded like. That's good. That's good. Okay, but those muscles worked hard. Well done, everybody. Very well done. All right, we can grab our band again. And we're going to put the band around our backs. If you'd rather do a wall push-up here or your variation of a push-up, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to put the band around my back. Both ends are going to come forwards underneath your armpits. And then from here, we're going to push our hands out in front of us. This is our chest press. Push, and then bring it back to 3. All right. Ready? Push forward, and then back to 3. Push forward, back to 3. Push forward, back to 3. Push forward, back to 3. Push, 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 and once more, back 2, 3. Push, and back 2, 3. Rest. There we go. Okay, take the band out from behind you. Put it to the side. Great job, everybody. Great time to have a quick sip of water. Remember your recovery position as needed if you're feeling a bit puffed. And we have done 4 slow and steady strength exercises, and we're going to repeat them together. Woohoo! Remember? Woo! That's it. There we go. We faced the challenge with excitement. All right. So with or without the weight, seated, pushing your feet into the ground, or standing all the way up. We've just got our feet and knees wide apart. And then slow and steady, we're pushing into the ground, whether you stay seated or you stand. And then we lower ourselves down to 3 with control and up. Down, 2, 3, and up with control. Down, 2, 3. Remember, it's helpful to breathe out as we stand up and down, 2, 3, and up with control on the exhale. Down, 2, 3, and up. Down, 2, 3, up. Down, 2, 3, up. Got 3 more. Do what you can. Down, 2, 3, up. 2 more. Down, 2, 3, up. It's our last one. Down, 2, 3, up. And then to finish it off, just down, 2, 3, rest. Whew. All right. You've got to wait. Put it to the side. Everybody needs their band. Unless, of course, you don't have a band, or if you really prefer using your weight over the band, you can have a weight in either one hand or one weight in both. We've got the band underneath our feet. All right. And this is our slow, steady rows. So we pull and then lower it back down, 2, 3. Pull. 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 Good job, gang. Make sure we're maintaining that breathing pattern. Remember, it's helpful to exhale as we pull, then lower down. You can inhale to reset. Breathe out as we pull. Breathe in as we lower down. Breathe out as we pull. Good. 3 more. 3. Down, 2, 3, 2. Down, 2, 3, and 1. Down, 2, 3. Rest. Good. So now we've got our heels lined up with the chair legs. All right, team, and we are pulling our heels back against our chair legs. We're holding for 3, 2, 1, and then we relax. So remember, if you feel like you're pulling your bum forward, the solution is just to lean forward slightly, okay? And pull. And we hold, and then we relax. So make sure you really feel it on the undersides of your thighs. Those are your hamstrings. pull and hold. 2, 3, relax, and pull, hold. 1, 2, 3, relax, and pull, hold. 1, 2, 3, relax, and pull, hold. 1, 2, 3, and rest, and pull, hold. 1, 2, 3, and rest. 2 more, and pull, hold. 2, 3, and rest. And last one, pull, hold. 2, 3, rest. Shake out the legs. Good work, team. Grab your stretchy band. We're gonna put it around our back. Both ends come forward underneath the armpit. All right, and once we are set up, we push our hands away from us and then bring them back. 2, 3. Push. 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 2 more. Back. 2, 3. Push. Back. 2, 3. Rest. Good. All right. The band to the side. Great job, everybody. Super fun, hey? Perfect. Now we could almost repeat all of those again. Boy, but there wasn't a lot of excitement there. So maybe we need a couple different exercises to finish off the class today. The problem is you don't know which ones those are. So it's hard to say
It could be worse.
if you want to suffer with the ones you already know or potentially suffer with those you don't.
Yeah.
That is how it goes. So here's your challenge. You're at the edge of your seat. You're going to lean back. Now,
Suspense.
yeah, a little bit of suspense. There you go. You got 2 options. You're either going to pull one knee to your chest and hold and then down. Or if you would like to try something extra fun, you're going to put your leg up onto your thigh. Now, be aware, if you're going to choose this one, you might want to be a little more upright so that there's no pressure going through your back. And then what your goal here is, you want to hold your seat and try to lift your leg. Now, if you only lift up your heel, that's okay. Think about pulling through your belly button. And even if your leg doesn't move, or if it barely goes off the ground, perfect. But maybe you're able to lift it up and then down. All I want you to be cautious of is that there is no slumping through the lower back. So don't slump through the lower back and don't strain. Think about pulling through the belly button. And even if your foot doesn't lift off the ground, that's okay. Still feel tension in the muscle and then relax. Or we're pulling that knee up. Pause. Again, can we pull through the belly button a little bit? Don't slouch through the lower back. And then rest. Is there any questions on the exercise we're doing here?
My lower back doesn't like that one.
So, are you lifting your knee or were you crossing your
I was
legs?
trying either one.
So here's the key thing. Sit up tall,
Uh-huh.
lean back, and stay
Yeah.
seated up tall.
Yeah.
Now, go slow. Very important for the lower back. We're tense through the belly, yes?
Yeah.
And you slowly start to lift. So you can even start just lifting up the toes. We're tight through the belly. Belly is tight. And you start to lift. And just where it feels like your back wants to lose its straight line.
Yeah.
Right where you start to feel like your hips want to shift or your lower back needs to rotate down. Right before that moment, that's your limit. So again, anyone who is feeling that in their lower back, or if you know you tend to have a grumpy lower back, tighten up the core. My feet are on the ground. Tighten up your core. You start to lift up just the toes of one foot. You start to lift up the leg. And then maybe you even lift the leg up, but you are still tense through the belly. And you stop right before your body wants to shift. And you put it back down. Tense
Even
through the
that one's
belly.
hard.
What's that?
Even that one's hard.
Yes, it is. It is. And so even if you only are able to tense the belly and lift up your toes and your heel still stays down, that's okay. You have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And you want to start somewhere that strengthens the core and does not make your back grumpy. Then we can build our way up, right? So even if you just tense and lift up the toes and then put them back down, let it relax. Again, tense up, lift up the toes, then back down. And then maybe you're able to lift your knee up. Don't push it. Nobody wants a grumpy back the rest of the day. But we do want to build up a strong core. You all have to start somewhere. Okay, and rest.
That was tough.
It is tough. Yeah, it
Helps to
absolutely
pull up
is.
from the bottom of the chair too.
It does. Yeah, it does. Now, was everyone able to make an adjustment so that they did not feel it in their back and they did feel it in their core?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Good work, everybody. Good work, because that can be a tricky one. Now, take your hands. Put them on the outside of your knees. Now we're going to we'll sit up tall and lean forward to do that. So again, there's a difference between slouching to do this versus lean forward. So keep the chest up. And your hands are going to try to push together and your knees are going to try to pull apart. And we're going to have a 5-second battle. Ready? Set, go. So push your hands together. Try to push your knees apart and you must continue breathing. You must keep up your breathing pattern. No holding your breath. 3, 2, 1, relax. Okay, so a bit of a break. If you feel ready, we're going to start again. Ready, set, go. Push your hands together, push your knees apart. Go, go, go. You are in control of how intense this is. 3, 2, 1, rest. Breathe. So again, that holding is going to make you feel a little bit more out of breath. Please make sure you're continuing your breathing pattern as we do it. If you feel ready, we're going to do it once more. Ready, set, go. So try to have a battle. Keep up your breathing. 3, 2, 1, rest. Good. Good, good, good. Now we are going to go from the outside to the inside. So this time your arms are pushing away and your knees are pulling together. Lean forward from your hips. You're in control of how intense this is. So be smart about it. Okay, ready? And push your knees together. Pull your hands apart. 3, 2, 1, rest. Get your breathing under control. Ready, set, go. Little battle. 3, 2, 1, rest. Get your breathing under control. Last one, ready, set, go. Battle, maintain your breathing pattern. You're in control of the intensity. 3, 2, 1, and relax. You can shake out the legs, shake out the arms.
I feel that
Good.
most in my shoulders. Is that right?
Yes.
That's okay. Okay.
Yep. And the reason for that is your shoulders are smaller muscles versus your leg muscles.
Okay.
And your legs were a shorter lever because we're bent at the hips, bent at the knees. And our shoulders were at a long lever with our straight
Okay.
arms.
Okay.
So that's why you would feel it more in the shoulders,
Okay.
which is great. We were giving our shoulders that little bit of a workout there.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course, if we wanted to, sometimes we'll put the band around our legs or the pillow between our knees, and that gives our adductors and abductors a chance to work harder.
Okay.
So well done. Well done, everybody. It is time to stretch, so let's pull an elbow up. This is the perfect time to ask questions. You guys are on a roll today. Really good questions throughout.
Okay, Jill, I have just a general question. It's about core. You make reference to core, like that's like a core of an apple inside my body.
Yeah, so that's a great question. Your core is your frontal abdominal muscles. So one muscle is what people call their abs. That is one of the muscles. Then we've got muscles that kind of attach in a V and A shape. They help us rotate. So you might have heard of your obliques. And then our back muscles. The back muscles that help us extend the spine, straighten up. So it's this tube of muscles that surround our spine. And that is our core muscles. So a lot of people think of just their abs, but it actually is that whole tube around. And your core is important. One, we've talked about, remember we talked about stabilizing or stiffening at the spine so that our limbs can move more freely and more easily.
Yeah.
That is one function of our core. Our core helps us move the spine and to resist movement at our spine when the rest of us is moving. So one example would be if we keep our spine stiff and bend forwards, our core muscles are preventing movement at our spine, which can sometimes cause discomfort when it's uncontrolled. So different things like that. Your core is
Mhm.
important to help you with your breathing so that we're not relying on our diaphragm to stiffen the spine. Sorry, we can switch stretches. I forgot to get you to switch arms. Did everyone switch arms?
Thank you, thank you,
Yep.
thank you. Thanks.
Okay. And we can stretch out a leg. If you haven't switched arms, feel free to do that. Yeah, no, that's a great question. And so when we talk about the core, sometimes people think about sucking in their belly, and
Yeah.
that's actually not correct.
Okay.
You almost want to do the opposite.
Oh,
You almost want to push out slightly. And what I usually do is I'll go up to people and I'll push against them and I'll say, resist me. So right now, imagine someone is trying to just gently push you off your chair.
yeah.
How do you counter that? What does your body do?
Push the other way. Push the other way.
Sometimes you'll push into them. So
Yeah.
right now, pretend someone's pushing into you and gently push back into them and resist.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you feel tightening up?
My legs. My legs, my side. I don't know.
You're pushing through your legs.
Yeah.
There you go. Now, what if you were to turn sideways in your chair and you start to push into the back of your chair? For sure, you might push through your legs. Okay, now lift your heels up off the ground.
Stomach. Here, stomach.
So now try to push through just your upper body.
Stomach.
So if we lift our heels up, we can't really rely on our legs to push, although it's good if we get our legs involved, but you kind of feel that tightening around your midsection.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Even when you breathe out, if everyone places a hand on their belly and breathes in, and then think about steadily breathing out, you might feel some tightening up around the belly area as well. You can switch legs if you haven't already.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a really, really great question. And again, we talked about like getting up from your chair, walking upstairs, carrying a bag of groceries. If you consciously think about tightening up your belly, tightening up your core, it will make those things easier to do. And sometimes we need practice at helping our body understand what to do, just like we practice our breathing pattern. It's not always easy or simple, but we practice it so our body gets really, really good at doing it, right? So same thing with using our core.
And you're good.
We can optimize it, help our body get better at how to use it.
When I was in the hospital, the respirologist came in and she was telling me about breathing in, pushing your belly out to breathe in, and in for when you breathe out. And I said, oh, it's weird because I always thought of like pull it in, and the nurse was standing there. She said that's because women have always been told to suck it in.
Yep. Yeah. And
You
put your
know,
foot up onto
so-
your shin or thigh. You're absolutely correct. And it's one of the worst things to tell someone.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason, that's one of the theories I have, because it has not been, I haven't seen much scientific research and studies on it. But we see a lot of what I call core dysfunction. So where certain muscle, just like our movements, we get into a breathing dysfunction where we don't have the best breathing pattern, we can make it better. I do see some core dysfunction, especially with like pelvic floor in women, and with just how it functions with different movements.
Yeah.
And I definitely think between of course childbirth, whether it's C-section or not, there isn't a lot of rehab done after pregnancy and childbirth. But between that and constantly being told to suck it in, which does create some of that dysfunction.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of women were told that lots and lots and lots.
Yeah.
It's so incorrect. It's so unfortunate. Switch legs. So if you've ever been told that, stop sucking in. Don't worry about.
In high school, it was suck it in or name it.
Holy cow.
Oh no. Oh no. No, I remember hearing that phrase. I remember I had one friend, and it was in elementary school, whose mom had told her to suck in every time she walked through a doorway so that it would become a habit.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes we get told things that help create dysfunction in our
Oh,
in our
yes.
bodies.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
sure we all know.
100%. Yeah.
So I mean, thank you so much for bringing that up, because that's definitely something I think a lot of people in this group can identify with, and even if it helps just one person go, oh, I do tend to hang on to that sucking in habit. If and reversing that can help you with your core strength, can help you with your breathing pattern.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we're gonna rest there, team. I'm gonna invite you to join me in taking a big breath. We'll do 2 of them together. Do whatever you like with your hands. It can be helpful to lift them up. It can be helpful to go to the side. Some of you may prefer just to keep it on your belly. That's great. We're going to breathe in and then out with control, as slowly as you can without any discomfort. And then once more, breathe in and slowly out. Shake out your hands and legs. Thank you so much for joining me today, gang. You
Thank you
were
for doing this.
awesome.
Thank
Have
you.
a good weekend.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm wishing you all a wonderful, wonderful weekend.